Hi everyone, welcome back to Dramatic Budgets. If this is your first time here, then my name's Lisa and I am on a debt-free and hopefully savings journey to get rid of what started out as just under £11,000 worth of debt. If you have been with me before, then welcome back and thank you so much for joining me for yet another video. Well everybody, it is finally the end of January, or at least the end of the January budget. I'm going to apologise to start with if you hear any noise. I have done a couple of hours overtime today, so I have very quickly been to my mum's and got something to eat. The reason I do this is she does live 2 doors away from me, but she has started getting Gusto boxes. And there's only her at home, and obviously you have to get them for a minimum of 2 people. So on a night like tonight, it's perfect because she has she's made one for 2, had her portion, and she's left before I got home from work to go and see my sister. So it was perfect because there was just a lovely little portion for me to heat up. So yes, so I didn't have to bother with any tea. So it was lovely of her to do that on a night where I actually worked over, because believe me, after sort of best part of 10 hours at work, I really didn't want to be bothering with cooking when I got back. Also, there is some I've had to put some washing on because I'm getting into the dire parts of the week, so I am going to apologise if you can hear the washing machine in the background. I get paid tomorrow, which is great, but I've got no wage slip, so I really wanted to get this budget done really before I wanted to get the video done before I start looking at the weekend and you know, sort of getting the budgets, the weekly check-ins and the cash stuffing and everything done, which is why I'm doing it today. Next month I will have been paid by the time I do my budget, so because I get paid just before you know, quite a little bit earlier than my budget ends. So you can tell I've been at work all day because I am just rambling on and I have no idea what I'm saying. So February's budget actually starts on the 30th of January and it goes the whole way through February and ends on the 5th of March. This is because of the new way that I'm doing of the Monday to Sunday budgeting week. So I get paid today, but obviously my January budget doesn't end until Sunday, and then when I get paid, I actually get paid on a Tuesday, but obviously the budget won't finish until the Sunday, so that's why it's going to be a little bit chaotic this month. I am still learning how to change things up with this Monday to Sunday, but it seems to be working for me so far, so I'm gonna keep going with it, and hopefully wrap my head around the craziness of getting paid before my budget ends. Other people managed to do it, so should I. So I just kind of wanted to show you my plan for the month first. So I have got a couple of birthdays in there. Valentine's Day, which isn't a major thing because, to be fair, myself and my boyfriend don't really do Valentine's Day. We will buy each other a card. We do tend to do that. And the only thing that we do really for Valentine's Day is we usually get one of those sort of like meal deals from Morrison's or M&S, you know, these kind of ones that come with the bottle of wine and like a 3-course meal or whatever for like £15. And that's usually what we do for Valentine's, and we just you know, wang it in the oven, sit and watch a film or whatever. So that's as much as we do for Valentine's Day, so that won't be very much of an expense. We have got a party coming up the first Saturday of the month, and then other than that, there is one very important day, or at least it is to me and my other half, Pancake Day. I love pancakes. I love Pancake Day. Pancake Day reminds me of my grandma a lot of the times, and I'll probably explain that a little bit more when we get up to that part. And then there's Ash Wednesday. You know, I don't always do a hash, but we will just see what's going on. But other than that, there is nothing really going on this month. February is a fairly quiet one, apart from Mum's birthday, which, you know, I've got sorted. But yeah, shouldn't be too hectic a month. So this week is a 5-week budget, as I've said, just due to how I get paid. So 2 5-week budgets on the bounce isn't ideal, but we're working with it. We're going with it, and we'll see how we get on. So because I haven't got my wage slip, I don't know how much money I'm going to get tomorrow. So I don't know whether my rollover is correct. So what I'm doing is I'm going with the rollover that I'm expecting to have by the end of this week, and kind of doing my budget from that, and we'll just kind of work through it from there. So yeah, so my first week of budget, I'm expecting a rollover of £1,500 and 20 pence. This I am expecting to be wrong, because as I've said before on a previous video, I've put most of my bills on the end of January budget, but actually the 28th is a Saturday, so most of my direct debits probably won't come out until the 30th of January. But to be on the safe side, I've kind of left them on the end of January's budget, if that makes sense. And I am expecting my utilities refund to come through of £67. I'm sure it's £67 again this month. That usually comes through a few days after my direct debit has gone out. My direct debit is due on the 28th, so we'll probably go out on the Monday. So I'm hoping, I would have thought by the end of that week, by the Friday, I should have that refund in place. So that gives us a total of £1,567 and 20 pence. So the bills for this week, I am expecting my life insurance at £32.60, my water at £19, Curry's insurance at £5, my Prime at £8.99, my account fee for my bank at £17, TV licence £13.25, my mortgage at £285 and 47 pence. My union fees at £20 and 30p, car tax at £11.81, and then my second credit card minimum payment of £30. Oh, I'm really sorry, I've got really runny nose all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on. So that's the total bills for the month, for the week, of £443 and 42 pence, which leaves me with £1,123 and 78p. So anybody that's been with me before will know that my weekly wallet is essentially exactly the same every month. I have more money. I have more money in the first week of the month, and then pretty much the same for the rest. So first week of the month, we have got a £100 food budget. That's because I tend to buy all the big bulk items, you know, washing powders, toilet rolls, and all that sort of stuff in that food shop. £50 for fuel, so that I can fill my car right to the top. £20 for spends, and £5 for miscellaneous. So that's £170 in total, and that leaves me with £948 and 78 pence. My challenges, I have decided to write down in my book, but I never ever budget for them anyway, because they are from my weekly wallets. Whatever's left over from my weekly wallet. So obviously there's the penny challenge, the save the year, I'm doing the 52-week challenge if I get round to it, and the puzzle challenge. I want to put £20 in my emergency fund, £20 into date night because I've got a party on the Saturday evening, and £67 from this refund that I'll put away for utilities. If you haven't been with me before, what I'm doing is I get a bill every 6 months. So I'm putting all of the refund that we are getting every month into a Monzo pot, so that at the end of the winter I'll have the £400 to one side, so that when my bill does come, if I am a lot in sort of debit, then I can kind of put that on just to kind of at least get me to zero or somewhere near zero. So that's the money for the utilities. So that's £107 in total, which will leave me with £841 and 78 pence. I am going to pay £200 towards family debt. Again, anybody that hasn't been with me before, this is money, this month it's money to my mum and to my sister. So I owe my sister sort of my part of the Christmas food money that she paid out, and also I owe her some money for my dog food and mum's present weekend, my sort of part of it. And my mum I essentially just owe a few bits to. So that's the £200. £2 overdraft, which I budget every week, and then £100 I'm going to put towards my credit card savings. So that's £302. So remaining will be £539.78 at the end of week 1. So just going to have a drink, sorry. So that will be our rollover for week 2. I'm not expecting anything else to come in that week. The only bill I have in week 2 is my house insurance at £42.37. So that will leave us with £497.41. My weekly wallets will have £20 for food, £20 for fuel, £20 for spends, and £5 for miscellaneous. This will be the same for every week after, so that's £65 in total, leaving me with £432.41. My savings challenges, obviously, I don't budget for, and I'd like to be able to put £20 into emergency fund and £15 into gifts. So that's £35 in savings, and that will leave me with £397.41. And again, my overdraft, I always budget £2 for, so that should be £395.41, which is what will be the rollover for week 3. Again, not expecting anything to come in week 3. So the bills going out will be my 3 months catalogue, which has gone down, you will notice, from the last couple of months, just due to the fact that I obviously paid a little bit extra. So yeah, so that's £9.16 for this month. My curries insurance at £2.99 and my dishwasher insurance at £4. So that's a total of £16.15, leaving me with £379.26. Again, my weekly wallet is exactly the same, so that's £65 in total, leaving me with £314.26. My savings, I want to put £20 into holiday, £10 into shows, and £10 into healthcare, so that's £40 in total, leaving me with £274.26. And then again, the £2 overdraft, which should leave me with £272.26 going into week 4. So again, not expecting any money in week 4. It's just before payday. The last couple of bills before payday should be my credit card at £42.56. Again, this is the credit card that I always pay at the back end of the month, so I never know when I'm doing the budget whether that's going to be right or not. So I always budget for what I have paid the previous month, and I always have a buffer obviously in my account, so that it should cover it if it is a little bit more than that. If it is more and I haven't got enough of a buffer, then obviously I take it out of my credit card sinking fund that I have online. So that's that, and my Audible at £7.99. So that's a total of £50.55 for the week's bills, leaving me with £221.71. The usual for my weekly wallets, so that's £65, leaving me with £156.71. And I would like to hopefully put £20 into holiday and £20 into house. So that's 40 in total, leaving me with £116.71, and obviously the £2 overdraft, which leaves us with £114.71. So then we're into the last week of the month. So that is what obviously my rollover is expected to be, £114.71. Again, because I haven't got my wage slip this week, yet. I am just budgeting my salary on what I was pay my basic pay, which should be £1,928.55. I have been doing extra shifts this month, so I will be paid that at the end of February, but I don't ever budget for my bank shifts. My bank shifts at the moment are mainly to pay off my holiday that my boyfriend's kindly paid for, and I need to pay him back. And because they're not my usual salary, they're extra that I choose to do, I don't put them in my budget so that I can use the money that's from there towards the holiday, and if there's a little bit extra to what I'm planning on giving him this month, obviously I can put that elsewhere for use. And because this month we've got the 28th and then quite a lot of the week left, I possibly will get the utilities of £67 in again. So that gives us a total that week of £2,110.26, which looks really good. But the month's not finished yet, so obviously there's quite a few of my direct debits that will go out on payday or just after payday before this budget ends. So again, we have my Kindle will come out at £7.99, internet at £29.50, mobile at £61 and a penny. That's what I've paid this month. I'm not sure whether it will be the same next month, but I thought it's better to be over than under. Car finance at £159.82, life insurance at £32.60, water at £19, utilities at £117, car insurance £42.70. Now, anybody that's eagle-eyed will know that this is more than my usual payment. I have mentioned it on my Instagram, and I think I've mentioned it on a video as well. I have renewed my car insurance, and I've let it I'm going to let it auto renew at the beginning of February. I did have a look, and quite frankly, I couldn't find anything cheaper than what I pay now. I could get cheaper than this one, but they wanted a deposit of 80 odd pounds, whereas this one is obviously just £42.70. And the excesses that the other companies were wanting were anything from sort of £750 to £1,200, which is just completely extortionate to me. And even if I had an emergency fund that was full, I still wouldn't be able to afford that, because it would be over what I plan to have as my emergency fund, which at the minute is at zero. So that's why that has gone up. Some of you may notice. So Netflix at £10.99, my curries at £5, that's one of my insurances, Amazon Prime at £8.99, account fee for my bank at £17, TV licence £13.25, mortgage £285.47, and my union fees at £20.30. Car tax at £11.81, and obviously that second credit card, which is £30. That one I do always get a letter, so I kind of know what's going on with that one. So that's a total of £872.43. Excuse me. Which leaves us with £1,237.83. The weekly wallets will be exactly the same as normal, so that is £65, which leaves us with £1,172.83. I would like to put in this week £20 to holiday, £10 to hair and beauty, £20 to Slimming World, and obviously the utilities over if that refund comes in, which is a total of £117 savings, leaving me with £1,055.83. And then obviously the last one is £2 budgeted overdraft, which will leave us with a ending for the month of £1,053.83. Now, I think I've realised when I've written this budget out, I thought, oh, I've not actually got enough, because what I tend to do is when my wage comes in is the day before I get paid, in the evening, I move all of the money that's actually in my account into a savings fund so that when my wage goes in, that's my wage, and then the rest goes into savings. So I think I've got about maybe £16 this month that's in my account at the moment that can be pushed over. And then when I've written this out tonight and I've gone, actually, before I get paid, the Kindle direct debit will come out. Obviously, I will cash stuff my weekly wallets and hopefully cash stuff my savings, apart from the utilities, obviously. And I thought, I haven't got enough money. And I don't know why I haven't got enough money until I get paid. That's a bit weird. And I think as I've been talking to you guys filming this video, that I've realised why. Because I don't think on my budget, because I have budget sheets, I have Google budget sheets, so that's how I work out where all of my money's going to before I start writing on here. I don't think I've changed my car insurance payment on my budget sheet. I think I've left it as it is, which obviously is only £6 difference, but I was obviously thinking there was going to be £6 better off, and I think when I worked out my budget online, I had £2 left over, so I think that's where it's gone from. So my plan is, if I have got enough money left, I will cash stuff those 3 sinking funds in the last week. If I haven't, then I will obviously I will look at where I'm at that week and sort of change those 3 sinking funds if needs be. But I think that's where I've gone wrong. So we will look at that when it gets to the end. So from my plan, I shouldn't have anything left to put into savings, but obviously we will see how that works out. The only other thing I was going to mention was, obviously, I've kind of mentioned it already, I haven't put in the budget yet about the holiday money. So at the minute, I am trying my best to work the extra hours so that I've got money to give my other half for the holiday. So my plan is to try and have £200 a month that I can send to him. But alongside that, I am also obviously topping up the sinking fund for holiday, because my my plan essentially is that whilst I'm paying him that out of my bank shifts, I'm really sorry, I've got a real dry throat all of a sudden. Sorry. Yeah, whilst I'm hoping that those shifts are able enough to pay what I want to pay back every month, I still want to be saving alongside that for my spending money, which last year we took 600 with us, and he obviously took the same so that we could do what we wanted, and we came back with I think about €50 or something, or maybe a bit more than that. So my plan to sort of top those sinking funds up is to try and do the spending money. If at any point I don't make enough in the bank shifts to pay that money, then obviously the money that's in the sinking fund can go towards and help me out, the same as the savings challenges are. But yeah, so that's the only kind of thing that I haven't written in the budget, because I don't know what my bank shift money is going to be. So obviously I'm not budgeting for that, but then I can add it into the budget once I know where I'm at, if that makes sense. I'm really hoping I make sense today. Other than that, that is my budget for the month. Like I said, it's another 5-week month, which isn't ideal, and I prefer it not to be. But I haven't got a whole host of things planned in socially. I don't know when I'm going to be able to put my notice in at work, so because the bank shifts isn't something I'm going to be able to do as regularly when I start this new job. It is working for the same trust. It's back doing exactly what I was doing before I was doing my job at the moment. So what I'm doing at the minute is doing my job, which finishes at 3, and then going and doing a couple of hours for my old department until 5. Obviously, when I am working their regular hours, I won't be able to do that. So I'm taking the opportunity whilst it is available to me to do as many sort of odd hours, and it's only a couple of hours after my normal shift, as I can without making myself too exhausted, and you know, being able to pay off that, because my plan obviously for next year is my savings challenges to be my holiday sinking fund. I am going to love you and leave you now, because I've realised I've been jabbering on for an extra 5 minutes, and I apologise if you are still here. Thank you so much. As always, guys, if you aren't subscribed and you would like to be, then please click the button. There's a little notification bell there if you want to be notified of any more posts that I put on. And obviously, if you liked this video, please give me a like, and I always love to see your comments down below. I did ask last time about what to do if I get to 500 subscribers, and the few people that did reply to me seemed to want a Q&A, which makes me happy, but kind of makes me a little bit nervous at the same time. I don't know why. It's a little bit of a strange one. So I will be putting out in a video once I get to that 500, if I get to that 500, you know, for any questions that you might want to be answered. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. This I will post hopefully tomorrow, which will be Friday, and then I will obviously do my usual videos at the weekend, which will be out at the beginning of next week. So hope you've had a wonderful week. Hope you have a fantastic weekend, no matter what you are doing, whether you are working or spending it with family and doing fun things. Have a fabulous one, and I will see you very, very soon. Till next time, bye guys.